I'll get it fixed though, I promise you, or at least I'll try to. Try it now, man. I don't know. I don't know what it's going on. Let's see what we got here now. If I sit back up this chair. Yeah, it didn't like the phone horizontal for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with it. But I think I got it going for now. At least it, I'm not going to touch nothing. We'll see what happens. I don't know what happened to that other one. It didn't like the video sideways or something. Yeah, Daniel, I'm back, brother. I'm back, man. I guess. I don't really know. I guess. Yeah, Kim, how you doing? I see you. I see you. What's up, buddy? Long time no see. I know it's been a long time. Two months, I guess, or something. 2 months or so. And, you know, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you sit and learn if you just sit back and don't say anything. Just sit back and watch. You'd be surprised what you can learn. And I don't have my other phone with me. I don't know what I've lost it or set it somewhere, and I didn't have time to look for it. So I'm pretty close right here, so I can see the comments when they do pop up. Like I said, I'm going to try not to touch the phone if I can help it to keep it going, because I done messed one up a few minutes ago. I hope y'all had a good Christmas and a good New Year's, and I know everybody's got all hyped up for the new year and that. I'm not one of those. I think you should be hyped up every day. You know, I don't just live for that one day of the year. So, but I hope whatever's happening, I hope it's good. I do. William, I don't know, buddy. I don't have no idea. I ain't talked to him in 2 years or so, something like that. I don't have any idea, buddy. I hope he's doing good. But I don't know myself. You can see, guys, I got the fire going, and I've also got this. I don't know how good you'll be able to see it there. Well, no, I'm not going to try it. It's propane right here too. This is a pretty good sized garage, and I have to feed quite a bit of wood into that to heat it up. So the alternative for the easy way. Just get a little help from some propane there. It's a good helper, I promise. It's a good helper. Yeah, y'all can see from the dust. I mean, you can see from the dust. I haven't been in here much. I did just put this convection heater in here last week when it got so dadgum cold, down to 0. I know a lot of people out west or Midwest there and up north was a lot colder than that, but that's pretty cold for us here. And William, I love it, man. I love wood heat. If it wasn't so much work, I'd have it in the house. And y'all just seen Max walk by. That's my big male cat there. He comes in out of the house. He comes meows at me. For new people who don't know, he comes meows at me, lets me know he wants out, and then I always look. He'll be sitting outside, won't back in. So there he goes. He's back got me trained. Don't you, bub? What you doing? Come here. You can jump up here if you want. Just don't hurt me. He's a big. Y'all can see how big he is right there. What you doing, buddy? Hold on a minute. I could get these comments back up there. How you doing there, Sister Hilda? Good to see y'all. Hey, you know, guys, it's like I said in the beginning of this video. Sometimes you just gotta take a break, I guess. And you know, I know a lot of people. I'm not one of these gonna come on here and do videos just to get the clicks and the views and all. I don't care about all that stuff. The true information is what I care about, and that's really, 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 really hard to put out on especially on Facebook. But I know a lot of people just keep, you know, they run it in the ground and they keep certain topics and that are technically, you know, cold cases, what have you, and they try to keep them relevant with their, I guess, opinion, so to say. So, yeah, I'm not one of them. That's what I was getting at. Not one of them. Max, where you going, bub? Tried cat fasting. Yeah, if y'all people that live around here where we do, if anybody's looking for a kitten, Daniel's got some. You see his comment right there. He's got some beautiful little kittens over there that I daggone run them all over the house every time I'm over there. But I've already got a house full of cats and dogs. So, and for one of y'all know my animals are my kids. And here real soon, you're gonna see I'm getting ready to get me some chickens, or I'm gonna try to get me some chickens. So if anybody close to me, if you're on here watching this and you got some laying hens and some roosters, holler at me. I'll come by them. And you know, if you'd have said, Jamie, I don't even know a time frame to put on this. Say, if you'd have told me 2 years ago, if you told me 5 years ago, I'd probably laugh. But if you told me 10 years ago, I'd been like, we kind of moved out of them stages, and as time evolves, and it's not. But as you can see, we are letting it go right back down the same road. We're flipping everything right back upside down. Y'all don't realize it. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I've seen so many people posting about how 2023 is going to be so much better than 2022. I hope you're strong. And I hope you got your seatbelt on, if that's your opinion. I mean, I hope you got that mind frame. But in all reality of what's happened, that what we've allowed happened in this country, it's going to be bad. Have you seen the grocery shelves lately? Like, I got videos on my phone of there's nothing. And the little small place that I live, I know what's going on in the bigger cities, man. So, it's not going to be better. I was thinking of a good way to say it. That's the only way I can tell you. You better be strong. You better be prepared. You better have you some food put back. And if you don't, you better start right now getting you some food somehow, for real. Because, just because I haven't been on here, I've kind of been schooling myself. And I've been reading the Bible a whole lot, trying to learn with that. I've been researching what's going on all around the world. And a lot of people, guys, our media don't tell us nothing but what they want us to hear. I look back on the past, from a time I was 5 to the time I was 20, and all those major things that happened, 95% of them are lies. None of them really, or it was completely twisted to what they portrayed it to be. So I don't believe nothing they say. But what we've allowed to happen, $112 trillion, I mean, man, they just print money. I mean, they just print money like that and just throw it in. Just like, oh, it don't matter. Free money. Let's just go with it. It don't matter. We're not going to be here much longer. We might as well spend it all, and they get nothing. That's what's happening. That's what we're allowing to happen. Guys, it'll be, what is it, 2 years tomorrow, right? Oh, man, I have to go live tomorrow, too. Tomorrow's the 2-year anniversary of one of the greatest days of my life, and I don't care who likes it and who don't. So, right now, everybody's probably looking at their watches or calendars, whatever, trying to figure out that tomorrow's January 6th. That's one of the most proudest days ever, and that day will go down in history. But right now, you see a bunch of goons up there trying to drag it on the left side. I went up there and stood for truth and freedom, is what I went up there for, and our God-given rights. That's what I went for. So I'm proud of that day, and I don't care who likes it. If you don't like it, then you don't love this country, you don't love freedom, or you don't love God. I don't know which one it is, but you need to get, especially you and the God thing, you need to get that right. Definitely need to get that right. And if you don't love this country, you can always get on a plane and fly somewhere else. Kind of simple. But that's why I went up there. And, it's sad, man, what we're allowing. People just like me, sitting in jail cell right now, and they don't even know what state they're in. They've been there these whole 2 years. And while we're out here, oh, have a good Christmas, a Merry New Year's in it, by gosh. Do you think they're having a good Christmas and a good New Year's? And not only them, their families. But that's what we allow, man. We're allowing that to happen. It breaks my heart, guys. It does. We should not allow half this stuff that's going on. We shouldn't allow it, but we do. We're sitting back just kicking our feet up like, it ain't going to affect me. It's not going to mess with us. That's what in mentality, that's what a lot of people's thinking. That's what the media and everybody wants you to think. One of the smartest things you can do is turn off your news. Don't listen to them. And I'd stand by. I don't know any. That there may be one or two good ones, right? Out of all them bad apples, there may be one or two good ones somewhere, but they're not standing up for what's right. They're taking dirty money and paying them bills every daggum week with it because they're getting on there and lying to us, and they have been for years, years and years and years. Our whole life, it's been nothing but lies. All it's been is lies. Go back and do a little history. I mean, look, if you're weak-minded and you ain't a real strong person, if you're real emotional and you get all up in your feelings, don't listen to a word I'm saying. You probably done left the video. You can't handle what I've said at this point. But don't go down that rabbit hole because you're not going to be able to handle some of the stuff that you thought, oh, you know, that was like a milestone in this country. Turned out to be, it wasn't even true. It wasn't even real. It didn't even happen. It's just what they wanted you to think. And what they wanted to go and pass a bill to fund millions and billions of dollars to go to their bank accounts overseas to fund their 30th next grandchild's college kids because that's how much money they've got. If y'all ain't opened your eyes and if you're not awake now, man, I really pray for a lot. If you're not, especially if you're not. You know, I said back 5 years ago, back when Trump done what he done, coming in, giving up a billionaire lifestyle to basically try to save this country, that really, really, really opened my eyes to a lot. And I think it did a lot of people. But sadly, I mean, 50, 60% of the country was still asleep. I mean, there was a lot of us, a lot of men that I know went all over this country, 80, 90 rallies for 5 years, trying to stand up against whatever bill, whatever law, whatever monument, or whatever abortion, I don't care what it was, whatever they was trying to do against our God-given rights. We was trying to stand up against it, but we didn't have no help. We didn't have enough help, you know. January 6th, we had a whole lot of help. That's the biggest, out of the 80-some I've been to, that's the biggest one, people-wise, that I'd ever seen in my life. I was astonished. So you can't tell me America don't care, because we do. We're letting a little small pocket of scum run all over us. And get this, we're paying them to do it. We're paying them out of our pocket. Take your wallet out of your pocket. Just give them your card number right there. You're paying them to do it to you, and you're just like, you like it, I guess. I don't know, you like it. You know, I get a lot of people come on and say, man, why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? This is passion, first off. I'm not mad, not one of them. This is passion. I really care about this stuff. And what you don't understand is that your grandkids are going to live it. We're going to live a lot of it this year. I think that a lot of people are going to starve to death this year, I think. That's what I was getting at a few minutes ago when we was talking. I said I'd done a lot of research on what's going on all over the country, because we don't, on my local news, they don't tell me about all of northern China, the droughts that they've had. They don't tell us about that. And they might say, oh, that's not important to the Americans. Well, technically that's where our food, and yeah, that's very important to us. But what y'all probably don't know is Russia sends us a lot of grain. I don't know what percentage, I don't care. It's a lot. They're not doing that no more. China is having droughts. I mean, if you, I don't know, man. If you're not awake now, if you've been grocery shopping, if you've been to the CVS pharmacy, you've seen, they ain't no milk. They ain't no eggs. They ain't no, if that right there hadn't got your attention, and maybe some of y'all still sleep and say, maybe the truck probably wrecked, dumb truck driver. And I am a truck driver for the ones that don't know, so I just throw that out there because everybody tries to, you know, we're the bad guy, right? If it wasn't for us, this country wouldn't turn, first off. But anyhow, Kim ain't gonna be no. I've already come to terms and accepted there'll be no Social Security for me. And I'm for, let's see, I think I'm 42, 43, 43. So if you're in your 40s, you just hit 40, don't look for no Social Security, because it ain't going to be there, I don't think, the next couple of years. Why do we allow this? Why do we allow this? You know, when Jesus busts that eastern sky open, there's going to be a lot of you standing there with so much stupidity. That's the only way I can say it. So much stupidity on your face. And I'll be honest, that stupidity, it will take you straight to hell. And I ain't trying to be mean or hurt nobody's feelings, but it will. There's a lot of people out there right now I see walking around, they're stupid. They've not educated. And stupid means you've not that you're, you know, something wrong with you. That means you just hadn't educated yourself yet, you know, or you have and you got it wrong. You're trying to twist it. That's what stupid means. And that's for, I guess, the stupid people. If I had to explain that for you to actually get it, then you're probably one of them. But guys, it's what we allow and what we're doing. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I never in my life thought it'd get to this point. Never in my life did I think I'd be going looking at trying to buy chicken coops and going buying chickens, raising my own eggs. And you can say, "Oh, well, you're a hillbilly. I figured you've already done that." No, newsflash, I wasn't. You know, I might look like a redneck hillbilly or whatever, but I've got a lot of I'm a high tech hillbilly. I got all the electronics, and I'm up to date on all this stuff. You know, but me and Daniel. Between the both of us, we pretty much take care of just about everything electronic there is. No matter what it is, we got it. And if not, we will try to get it. We're actually looking at getting a 360 cam now, which would be amazing. Don't know what we do. It'd been amazing to have one of them back in rally times when we was doing them rallies and stuff. Because, well, I was getting ready to say, if you had one of them, the truth would show what happened on January 6th. But we don't even need one of them. They've got all the camera footage. They just won't release it. Ain't that funny? You gonna put people in jail and accuse them of something and say you got them on camera, but then hide the daggone evidence? Put the camera in the drawer and don't want to say, here, show. You know what? If you accuse me of something, you better prove to me I did it wrong. Because there's gonna be so much matter of a time that I'm gonna live with that, and I'm probably gonna actually do what you accuse me of. Guys, I tell you, there's 20 of you on here. I appreciate all y'all. If you're new, welcome. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm pretty blunt, so I hope you got your seatbelt on when you're watching this. And I'm not disrespectful, or I've never take a jab at anybody. No, I'm not gonna. I'll take that back. There's a few that if they come in here and comment, I will take a jab at, but I'll give the reason for it right after. Okay, but I'm not one of them to try to be mean and cause drama. You know, I try to use this little box right here to educate and inform people. And I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. I think there should be a lot more people hitting this box. I should be on it a whole lot more. But you know what? You heard old saying, you can't take care of nobody else until you take care of yourself, right? Well, I had to educate myself. I had to get my brain right. I'm not going to come on here and spill a bunch of BS like a lot of other people do. Trust me, I see it every day, every hour of the day. I see people on here. I mean, doing some of the most, I'll say it, ungodliest things that they are. And where I've got 19 people watching, they've got 1.9 million watching. And I mean, it's some of the grossest, just off-the-wall stuff you ever seen. It's amazing what people are interested in this day and time. It really is. What'll catch your attention. I promise you, 90% of the time, it's not the important thing. It's a distraction. They've got these distractions pretty much down pat. Y'all can see that fire back there. It's burning pretty good. I could honestly... Hold on a minute, guys. Let me turn this. Oh, gosh. I turned it the wrong way. I turned that propane heater off. It's getting hot in here. You'll probably be able to hear me a little better now, too, because this heater is sitting right here beside of me. Yeah, but, guys, we can't... this country cannot keep going on with the way it's going right now. You know, what? We got a little bit of hope, right? That Republicans won back this and this and this and this, right? And they can't even agree on a daggone house. I don't know why we vote some of these people in. They're rhinos. Why do we vote them in? Why do we give these people this power? And why do we pay them and give them this power for them to just spit in our face? Because that's what a lot of them are doing. A lot of them are wanting up there just for fame and fortune. They need to get up there and be one about trying to save this country. And themselves, I should be the last thing on their list. You know? First and foremost, it should be God. And then right after that, you better be trying to look at your family in this country. And any way you look at that, they're going to intertwine with each other. Intertwine. See how that works? I have to keep touching that screen there. That way I can see the comments there. What's up, Chris Webb? How you doing, brother? Oh, yeah. Man, I'm telling you, I've been seeing I got a lot of, I drive trucks. I got a lot of buddies of mine that haul pigs. They haul cows. A couple of them haul big bulls. That's all they haul is these big old bulls. But for some reason... And I will say that these type of bulls, and I ain't no expert on it. I have drove for these guys a few times, and it's kind of a treacherous job because if you go down the curve too fast, when them bulls goes over and breaks his leg, you're going to pay for that bull. I promise you. So it's kind of a tedious job. But what I was getting at is those guys the bulls ain't there no more. And if they are finding them, they said they're like 50% more than what they was, a month or two ago. Yeah, this stuff's going crazy high, guys. I mean. It blows me. Yeah, a lot of people think, 2023 is going to be great. If you evidently been paying attention. Because if you have been paying attention, I hope you've been stocking up, and I hope you've been preparing, trying to put you extra heat sources back. Because, guys, let me ask you this. In my mind, and maybe I could have this wrong, but in my mind, let's just say from the 80s, when I was growing up, I was born in 79, so growing up in the 80s, and in the 90s, and in the 2000s, and in 2010s, you think as time goes on, well, all of our electronic stuff, everything we got gets better. The technology gets better, and they've got 50, 60 years of technology that they've not shown us yet. But what I'm getting at is, I lose train of thought that fast. I lost what I was going to say. You know how my mind works. I got 20,000 things running through it. I forgot what. Anyhow, I'll think of it in a second. It'll come to me. That's how it goes. I don't know why. I don't know what these. Why can't they just have take turns up there speaking? One day one come up there and sit. Next day rotate them out. Who cares? Why is it? I don't understand why it was always such a big deal to me. I don't understand it. Oh, thank you. Just talking about backup heat. Thank you. Yeah. You would think. I'm glad you. Thank you. That reminded me right there. You would think with time and stuff that it would get better. Well, I don't remember back in the 90s, 93, 94, we had a blizzard. I'm pretty sure we had power. A lot of that. There was never no rolling power blackouts. Like, oh, your power, sorry, it's 0 degrees, but we're going to turn your power off for just 15 minutes to let your house cool down. We know your heat pump's been running overtime. And once we turn it back on, by the way, it'll never catch it back up to the temperature it was because it's so cold and the winds are negative 40, blowing 60 miles an hour. But we're going to shut your heat off for just 15 minutes at a time. We never heard of that. I don't understand why they're doing it. There's probably a reason. I heard there's a bunch of supposedly attacks on our electrical grid, and guys, I'll be honest with you, with what we've got up there right now in control of these, catastrophe weapons. I'm just glad I got Jesus. That's all I'm going to say. I'm glad I got Jesus, because without him, I wouldn't want to be here. Because I don't know, it's like that. We got somebody that needs to be in a nursing home, literal nursing home, up there running everything. And it's illegitimate. We know that. Why we're allowing it still, I don't know. But y'all see Daniel's drone deploy right there, guys. Go follow his page. If something happens to my page and they ban me, right there is where I'm going to be. So, I've been saying that for like 2 or 3 years now, and it's like nobody. The numbers don't add up. I got like 6,000. I don't understand. It don't make sense. So if you haven't subscribed to Daniel, go subscribe. He's got all kinds of drone videos and stuff on there. So just right there, you see his comment. Leave this video and come back. Just go make sure you subscribe, because I tell people to do that all the time, and when I leave, they're like, okay, I'll do it when I leave. I know how many people, what his numbers are now. So if I go and look afterwards, if you tell me you did and the numbers ain't higher, then something's wrong. Something didn't add up. So if you don't mind, just take a second. I don't know. But I hope y'all are at least waking up, trying to look out for your family and your livelihood, because I have a feeling you better be really thanking God for everything you're eating every day, because I have a feeling that there's a future coming where these where we're so spoiled that we eat anything we want, right? Like, if I wake up in the morning and I say, you know what, I want meatloaf tonight, boom, I got it. I'll get it. I'll make it. Whatever. Well, no matter what it is, I'll get it. What I'm saying is that the time is getting really close. It might already even be here to where I'm not going to be able to find that product because it's not there. It's gone. No more. I don't think people are grasping. They think where they've seen, I guess, these shelves full their whole lives, that it's always going to be there. Trust me. I was in a kind of a shell shock when I walked back in the daggone, there wasn't no milk. I was like, whoa, where's my daggone milk? I got to have my milk now. I mean, yeah, I'm spoiled. I am, and that's a luxury. And I guess I had to buy me a dadgum cow. I don't know. But it's sad to the point to where I've literally priced chicken coops, the chickens and everything. Like, I've got a space I'm going to put them. Daniel tell you, me and him talked about it for a couple hours the other day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. And I can't ever imagine in a time of my life where I said I was going to do that. If you'd have told me, Jamie, in 5 years from now, you're going to have some chickens, and I'd be like, oh, well, man, I do love animals. So maybe somebody had a truck wreck and 15 of them fell off, and they wasn't going to, maybe the driver got killed, and they was going to give all the birds and just kill them, so I took them. That I can understand that. Yeah, okay, that's a scenario. But you're saying, Jamie, you're going to get these birds, you're going to get these hens, you're going to get these roosters because you need eggs. Eggs are $10 a carton now, or whatever. Yeah, I would have never thought that. I never thought it. But we're here. And a lot of people are just still, how you doing, Tina? How you doing? How you doing? Tell you, little Jacks, I said howdy. I don't know what people are doing. Like, I see people that act like this, it don't affect them, Y'all know I've kind of got a blunt mouth or whatever. And I was speaking up the other day, and down there in the middle of CVS, there's 5 or 6 people, and they was talking about something, and I just blurted my mouth up because what they were saying was wrong. I can't remember what they was talking about. Ukraine or something like that, and they were thinking Ukraine's all great, and when the truth comes out, they're not so great. They're not so great at all. They're really, really, really corrupt. And anybody that the people that's up there in so-called leadership now, I mean, they're calling the shots, so they are doing it. But I gotta say so-called because it's not legit. We know that. God knows that. Everybody knows that. Why ain't stuff changed? I don't know, but it ain't. So I don't know why we allow this, and I never thought it'd get to this point, but we're there. But when they're up there shaking hands and Pelosi's dentures about to fall out of her mouth, she's trying to kiss him on the hand or whatever it was, and this and that over this. All it is, guys, is money. All it is laundering money. That's all it is. But what a lot of people I don't think understand. I mean, you got to pay attention to that, but you also got to look. China wants Taiwan pretty daggone bad too. I don't know, guys. I'm just glad I got Jesus because I don't trust Biden at all. Nothing. I honestly can't stand a man. I don't know anything about him that I could say I liked. Maybe he had a nice suit. That's about the nicest thing I could probably say. But he got it with dirty money, so probably shouldn't even say that. I don't know, guys. There was a lot of people that a lot of my buddies that used to do live videos all the time, and it's kind of like all this with us looking at all this stuff. If you've been, and I'm talking to the Patriot side, I get these 2 sets of different people that watch me. There's some on the missing people side, there's some on the Patriot side, there's some on the music side. I'm talking to people on the Patriot side. There's a lot of people that when they see what's going on right now, it's like a kick in the gut. I know it's like a kick between the legs. I say it like that because it is. Because, man, a lot of us, we just didn't have enough help. We didn't have enough help. That's the end goal. We didn't have enough help. The other side did. The videos are there to show it. I mean, we didn't have enough help. Everybody wanted to sit and watch us. Nobody wanted to put no boots on the ground. Wanted to sit and watch Jamie and Chris and Scott and Billy and Dale Brock and everybody else. Watch all of us go do it. Watch that. What y'all just go take care of it. We'll sit and watch him. We'll cheer y'all. I mean, look, there was a few I get that if they couldn't go, they supported and financially supported. And hey, that's the same as going, right? We had to have the funds, a lot of us, to be able to do what we did all 5 daggum years of this junk. But what I'm getting at is it was like a kick in the gut. What's going on right now is like a kick between the legs. Because we're like, man, we were telling y'all everything, supposedly the conspiracy theories, everything that was a supposedly conspiracy theory on Twitter turned out to be truth, right? So we got the truth right here in our hands, and we're doing nothing with it. Nothing. We're just sitting here looking at it. Oh, look at that. Just look at it. Ain't it pretty? I'm going to get Ed Bassmaster. I mean, maybe I like that Ed Bassmaster guy. I think he's funny, but I think that maybe rubbed off on too many of you because some of you has been looking at it too long. I mean, that's just in life, man. There's a lot of people that I know personally, man. I know their personal life. I know what they do in their personal life. But online, they're a completely different person. Like, they're different between day and night. It blows my mind how people do that. What fire looks pretty back there, don't it? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. It's daggum hot, too. It's warm in here. And what's that say, Chris? We called it 6 years ago. That's it. Hey, Chris, I know, man. It's like we. I don't know. I'm just glad I know Jesus, and I know Jesus in control, and I mean that. Look, if you can make it to that point, if you can say that, and I hope all of you can, then you're all right. But it ain't. It's still gonna be something you got. You got to look out. You got to wonder. You know, I look out and I seen a shooting star. At least I think that's what it was the other night. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. It's on it, but it just kept going. I don't know. But when I seen it, it looked like it was coming. I was like, "Oh, here we go. Here it's here. It's here." And then it just zoomed right over my head. I don't know what it was. It might have been that little Kim Jong Un over there shooting stuff across the pond there. I don't know, but I seen something flying across there. The difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is 6 months time. Yeah, about 6 months. That's the truth. That is. Yeah, and we got all this stuff on Twitter where these people basically digitally, it's digitally told on themselves. Digitally, I mean that's just like an email or a letter or just like writing a letter. They told on themselves by talking to other people. Told exactly what they've done. We've got everything that they've said. Ain't nothing been done. We're idiots up here. We can't figure out who we want to sit on the top up there and talk for us. You believe that? We got all this evidence of some of these high lefties that has literally committed treason against this country and well, a few of them against the world, but yet we got the truth, we got the facts, and we just sit there and look at it. Nobody cares. All we're going to do is trying to figure out who's going to be the next top dog up there. Why don't they just put it in rotation? One guy 1 week, one guy next week, one girl next week, one girl next week. Just do it like that. Who cares? What difference does it make? It should be about us. It should be about what you are doing for us and what you're going to make better for the world. But you're not doing that. All they're doing up there doing is this. Pat that hand right there. That's what they're doing. And we're doing it. We're literally pouring money out just saying, here you go. How much more you need? Is that enough? Oh, wait a minute. Come back. You got to get some more. That wasn't enough. Come here. Whoa. Where are you going? Hit the brakes. I got to give you some more money. That's what we're doing, and nobody sees it. Nobody cares. We're just sitting back allowing. I mean, why do we put these people in office? And look, I get there's a whole side that cheats their way in. That's a fact. They cheat their way in, so I understand a little bit of it. But on our side, when somehow or another we're able to outrig the rigness by so many people showing up, and that's what happened in 2016. But we vote these idiots in that can't even get up there and put their thumb up behind it and know what they're doing. I just don't understand it. It blows my mind. How you doing, Lisa? I don't understand it. Why do we do this? And look, it's getting us nowhere. If you can't tell, it is absolutely. I felt so bad. I was scrolling through my Facebook. Guys, I scroll through Facebook a lot. I'm just scrolling. You might not ever see me. Barry said, I comment here and there and hit like. If I do that, you ought to feel special because I don't do it a lot, right? I won't comment on somebody's post really unless I know they can take some heat because I used to get a lot of death threats. So when somebody sees my comment, they're going to automatically think we're friends and they might come after you. So I got to kind of watch who I talk to and this and that. If I know you can handle yourself and you don't really care, then a lot of people, but there's some I can't talk to because I'm not saying that would happen because, I'm not there wasn't no recent, nothing like that happened, but in the past it did. So I just don't want to get nobody else wrapped up, so to say. But I am on. I'm on. I see a lot of activity, and I mostly just watch. I just sit back and watch. Since I guess what's it been? Has it been 2 years now? I guess 2 years tomorrow now. I guess time is kind of a blur to me. But when I got my main Facebook page zapped, and then I got the new one that I've got now. I don't even think I've been live on that page yet. Maybe one time just to see if it would, but I won't because I'm trying to save that. I know how they are. I can't get on and talk like I am right now on there because I'll get shut down. I'll get banned. I'm not allowed to talk like this, And one of the big factors of that is because of who comes in my videos over there. There's a lot more haters over there. I actually went on here and found. I hope I didn't block anybody. That was good. And if I did, you can email me. My email is attached to my channel here. You can email me and I'll straighten it out. All that means is you're able to watch, but you can't comment. You're not, and I'm not going to let trolls or evil people like that. There's some of the people, let's see, how do I word this? Okay, I'll say it like this. There's some people, the reason I say that is because there's some people from the Summer Wells girl that went missing. There's some of these big, huge 250,000 subscriber pages that's covered her and was trying to reach out to me. They're trash. I get that. Yeah, they got a lot of content. Whatever. I don't care. As a person, they're trash. So I block them on here. They're not going to come and interact and try to lick my butt and this and that and then go stab me in the back. There's a lot of people that do that. When I find that out, I'll stop you from commenting. I don't have to see it. This is my channel, therefore I still get to do what I want. You just have to sit back and watch and like it. Kind of, I mean, or you can tap that X and bounce just face you come in. It don't make a difference to me. But guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot. I know there's a lot of real people on here too, and I appreciate the real ones. There's a lot of people that I've known, most of my life. There's a lot of people that I've either met 5-6 years ago when the Patriot movement started. I know y'all are real people, but y'all know, and when I say what I just said, it's not going to offend you all because I'm talking about other people. Hey, leave it to Beaver. I hope the same for you. Hope you have a good New Year. I hope you, a little advice, stock up on a little extra food. I would, little extra supplies, kind of like a prepper. Just, if you don't know I don't know if you know what that is or not, but I am one. I've been one for years, but, or at least definitely in my mind I am. Put you some food back, put you some supplies back, and kind of hoard back a little bit because I think we're going to need it, guys. I just don't know. If you know how money works, and I just don't understand how, especially with 2 more years on top of it, if it was different right now, like complete transition and flip over, I'd still be worried. So I say it like that. If that right there don't concern you, don't worry. You're not supposed to worry. God's going to take care of us no matter what. I don't want nobody to be scared. I just want you to be prepared, okay? Don't be scared. Be prepared. God's got us no matter what. But, if you read in the Bible, all these major people, and I'll say it like that, because look, I guarantee there was a lot of people around during the Bible days and their name never got mentioned in that book, right? All these major people, a lot of these major people that was living for God, that first of all, they were like hellions and criminals and I mean, straight up sinners. Right off the bat, that's who God wants. God don't want these people walking around like they're perfect all the time because that's exactly what it is. It's a suit. They put it on every day. They don't really know him. He wants somebody, I guess, in my mind, I think he wants somebody that's been broken down, able enough for their heart to accept him. That's how I see it. And if you don't have that, I recommend you do. Because he's got overall control. But what I was getting at is all those major people that either had to go do a task, whatever, a lot of them got murdered, put in jail, whatever. I mean, so are you ready for that? That's one, in my mind, that's what the biggest problem with the church today is ain't nobody willing to die for it. Nobody believes in it that much to die for it. They'll talk about it and just put their little 2 cents in, but when they really get the aggression towards them, they back up and run. I'm not one of them. Because I think when, the devil's slithering around, like right now, if we were able to see, there's demons and angels fighting all around me right now, all around you right now. They're fighting for you and they're fighting for me. I think one of the biggest problems, I guess, and things that I had to learn is with prayer is if you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. If you just sit and think about it and hope about it, you ain't going to get it. You got to talk to God about it. And if it's meant for you to have it, it might not be right now. It could be 10 years from now, right? You'll have it. But you got to ask for it. I had a problem. I had too much pride. I was just like, no, I can do it. No, don't be like me. Don't learn like I did. That's the hard way. Ask. All you got to do, ask. I'm telling you, man, when you got a real relationship with him, when you can talk, when you got that connection, there's nothing, absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Ever. I get so excited thinking about that eastern sky busting open. But I tell you what, the only thing sad about it is that I know, it says there's 14 of you in here right now. But would there even be 4 of you to go with me? Would there even be 4 of you to go with me if God was to come back right now? right now. Boom. Bust that sky. Would you be ready? Hello, Mario. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? Would you be ready? I mean, and that's a question because look, the Bible tells us in the blink of an eye, when you least expect it, it's when it's going to happen. So when that does happen, most of the time, if you're least expecting it, if your mind's not going to be on it, that tells me the devil's probably going to have a hold of your mind. So you need to fight harder. And a lot of people don't realize it's happening to me. It happens to me every day. All these distractions. And you can say, well, Jamie, this is a distraction. You're doing a distraction. No, I'm not. I'm trying to wake you up to the distractions. I think there's a right and a wrong way to use this little box right here. There's a lot of people using it. Look, a lot of people making a living. That's fine. I see it. I get it. It's a job, whatever. I see it. I get it. But I wish some of them would put a little more Jesus in there. You know, put a little more truth of Jesus in there because, guys, that's all we got. We don't have nothing else. In this life, you don't have nothing. All this material stuff, it belongs to God. It don't belong to you. You're just borrowing it for a while. You know? I don't know, guys. It's humbling to think, you know, like I said, I've done a lot of research. I could get on here and talk probably for 6 or 7 hours just from the past 7 months of research and stuff I've done. You know, an example the other night, and maybe this might help somebody. It did me. It kind of triggered me a minute in my own mind. It really opened my eyes. But I was doing some research and they was talking about down in the Congo where they get the batteries for our phones, for the Teslas, for all the electric cars. They gotta get that cobalt, right? And you know, I was learning about that. I watched 4 or 5 big 45-minute documentaries where, like, guys, there's literally 4 and 5, 6-year-old little boys and girls going in there digging this cobalt with their fingers, not tools. They don't have axes. I always think they don't have axes and hoes. They got their fingernails, and half of them don't even have fingernails because they've literally ripped them off and it's blood. They wear bandages on their fingers and big old claw things to try to help them dig it. But what I'm getting at, $1 a day is all they get. And here I'm stepping over dollars every day. I see $1 laying on the floor, I just step over it, pick it up, throw it on the counter. We don't realize, guys, how blessed and how lucky we are. When you watch documentaries like that, and see, that's real life. Our media should be talking about that because we should be reaching out, helping them people. $1 a day, and we're up here, literally. I guarantee you, all 16 people on here now, somewhere in your house, in your car, in your old pants pocket you wore last week, maybe even washed up, there's a daggum dollar in your pocket, and you can't say they ain't. But then people down there, and look, they're not down there digging with their hands for 8 hours, 12 to 16 hours a day. Little kids, guys. Can you imagine when you was 5, 6 years old? Look, we was on the playground playing with our friends, right? We was riding bicycles, running through the woods, jumping ramps, swinging on grapevines, playing in creeks, fishing, hunting. We was doing all that. These little kids are out there digging with their hands for $1 a day. Man, and not only that stuff's horrible to be around and breathe and all that. They don't have no apparatus on to keep their lungs, you know, from getting all that stuff in it. No, they just walk down there. Half of them ain't got no shoes on. Walk down there, little skimpy t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Their hands. They got a little, it ain't even a bag. It's like a piece of fabric that they got folded up that they put all that cobalt in, and they carry it all out there for $1 a day, man. I don't know, guys, that just blows my mind. It breaks my heart and it blows my mind at the same time. But we're blessed. We're really blessed because, like I said, I guarantee every one of us, and I put myself in that, has got $1 some daggum word that we just walk over. It ain't nothing to us, you know. We're paying $10 for a carton of eggs up here, you know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy times you live in. And I think, you know, I like looking into seeing what's going on in other countries. Like I said, it opened my eyes to really, I knew we were blessed to live in America. I already knew that. I was born basically knowing that. But man, it don't really come to perspective until you see a video like that and then you're walking through your bedroom, you see $1 bill on the ground and you literally walk over top of it and keep going. That's what I did. And then as soon as I did that, I stopped in my tracks and I was like, whoa. I mean, you know what? Maybe it might have been God talking to me, but something hit me and said, you know what? That little 5, 6-year-old boy down there in the Congo worked 16 hours a day. His hands are pouring the blood for what you just stepped over like it was nothing. I don't know, man. It just hurt. I don't know. You know, I'd love to see everybody in the whole world, every country, happy. I would, but we're not going to see that. You know, sadly, there's some evil that's already took over some of these countries that Jesus himself is going to be the only way I think get it back. Oh goodness, Seal, I'm glad you pulled through that. Good night. You 40 over 20. That's golly. Jesus just said you wasn't done yet. That's what that was, because I mean I used to be an EMT there, and I've seen a lot of people die from heart attacks, low blood. Yeah, I've seen people die with a higher blood pressure than that. I'll say it like that. They coded right in front of me and they never come back. So you ain't Jesus ain't done with you. Really, around the world, they have sewage going straight. Oh yeah, that's exactly. Oh, they live in some of the most horrible conditions. Like guys, they like 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 Mario's talking about over in India right now. There's little kids literally waiting, and I mean just like you go out in your yard, and this is already 10 times worse. But to give an example, go out in your yard, make a hole, and go out there and use that as your bathroom, then go walk and stand in it, and that's what they're doing over right now. It's crazy. Why we allow this? Well, Sister Hilda, I thank God for that. I'm glad He ain't done with you, because I need you here. I know that. I appreciate you. You appreciate both y'all so much. And I know another thing was that that Hamlin, that football player guy. Do we really have to get into why you can't tell me that was he got hit that hard right there. That's right. That's about how hard he got hit in the chest. So, and I'll say this. How can I say it? Oh, he got boosted on the 26th. I can say it like that. And you know what I'm talking about. On the 26th, the day after Christmas. I don't know, it might have been the second or third one. I don't know. But he got boosted. I'm pretty sure that had something to do with it. And I can, you know what? I can say from very, 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 very personal experience, not me myself, but a family member has had all kinds, and I need y'all to say prayer if you wouldn't mind, all kinds of allergy problems, like a lot of just about anything, any kind of wheat, a lot of stuff that she eats will literally close her throat shut. And I mean, you ask me why none of these problems ever happened until that did, and y'all get what I'm saying. And I realize there's some people this person was kind of forced into it, even though I pitched a fit and stomped up and down and preached. And I mean, I basically preached a sermon, but it didn't do no good. It didn't matter. But I'll say this, since then, there's definitely been huge complications. Y'all have seen on my post how many times the rescue squads have been to my house? How many times? 3 times now. So, and not only, guys, I appreciate the prayers on that, because it's, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's got a lot to do with it, I think. And when the truth of all this comes out, I'm a conspiracy theorist right now. I'll probably be like Daniel said, 6 months. I don't need 6 months. I know it's true now. So, they got these videos of all these athletes, and I mean, man, it's not just one or two. It's like 30 and 40. In this one video, there's like 30 or 40 of these athletes just running, and all of a sudden they just fall over. Some of them don't hit nothing. They're just standing there and fall over. Gone. And I'm not talking about these people, or thank God this guy the other night's actually still alive and he's kind of pulling out of it, but these in this video didn't. And it's a bunch of them. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Especially now. I know people still doing it, talking about doing it. I don't know, guys. Playing with fire, that's dangerous. Don't do it. Put your faith in Jesus. He'll take care of you. There ain't no virus out there that Jesus can't stop. I don't care what it is. Yeah, it might be rough. I'm not saying it'd be easy. But overall, he's got control. He's got a lot of control. And y'all know how to do this, guys. If y'all got any prayer requests, throw them up there. I'm going to try to make this video under an hour if I can, because it seems like if they get over, if it's 1 hour and 1 minute, people's like, oh, no, that's too long. I mean, yeah. I get it. There's only a handful of people that does videos that I'll actually watch. So I understand. They got to really be able to keep my attention. If you can't keep my attention, then I'll be gone, And I know I'm all over the place. I talk about it a lot, but when you're live once every, it's been 2 months, I think. They got a lot to catch up on, right? So I hope I ain't confusing anybody. If I am, then just ask me and I'll go back and try to clarify what I was talking about if anybody's confused. But I believe we're all on the same page. I think so anyway. But yeah, it's weird. Sorry, guys, I got hair in my mouth. It's weird. I just don't understand why in America we straight up look evil right in the face, and just look. And I'm talking about as the population as a whole, as the way this country is standing right now. We look at evil in the face and just look at it. And then the evil is just getting bigger, and we just kind of back up, just look at it. We don't do nothing to it. We just look at it. That's all we're doing. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Something's got to give. I mean, like I said, we got 2 more years of this. 2 more years. I don't care. I don't care about, oh, we go back to the house. They can't make up their mind who's going to speak first. I ain't got a whole lot of confidence in them. I think we need to wipe them all out and start over from top to bottom. All of them. All 3 letter agencies, especially the main one. They're trash. Now, look, I get they might be a handful. The ones that come and visited me, I think those are good guys. I really do. I understand. They just fill out an application, they put on their gun, their badge, and they're doing a job. I get it. But at the same time, there comes a time when you have to stand, kind of stand up for the truth. Because if I was in that position, in that job, I'd be like, wait a minute. We've got all the proof of what this is a waste. This is a waste of time. I would speak up and say that where these people didn't. See, that's where my problem is. You know the truth, but you're going to bite your tongue before you spit it out. Why? Bible tells us we're supposed to share the truth. Without the truth of the gospel, you ain't going to help get nobody to heaven. And you dang sure ain't going to get there yourself. The truth needs to be talked about. I understand it's not popular. It's not popular. I get it. Like I said, there's people somewhere on this same little box right now sitting over there picking their nose, and they got over 1 million people watching them laughing and the oohing and the ahhing and the gooing and the god and all that about picking big boogers out of their nose. They are. That does not mean just making something up. There's something like that right now going on, and people are loving it. I don't get it. I get kind of confused. I think people kind of see that, and then they just share. I don't understand how that many people get that much attention. It's mind blowing to me, but especially to set pick your nose. I seen it. I think it's like 1.9 million people watching a dude pick his nose. That's the society we live in. That's crazy. That blows my mind. And if you're new here, I appreciate you, because I was, guys, if you got a YouTube channel and you're monetized and all that, or you don't have to be monetized, but if you are, it shows you more information as far as your analytics and all that stuff. And I looked, and I hadn't been live. It was 2 months ago, last time I done a live feed, and I had planned on doing a live, showing some kind of Christmas things, and I didn't. I just didn't. There's too much stuff going on for myself as far as family and the hospital and all that stuff, so I didn't. Hold on a minute. Now look here, see something just happened in the comments. Hold on a minute. I don't know where they go. Okay, they're back. They're back. How you doing, Nicole? How you doing? And guys, I apologize if I ain't seen your comment. I promise I'll talk to you if I see it, if it's something important. I promise. And you see, I'll get sidetracked real easy, especially if I see a comment and it'll sidetrack me. That's just how I roll. Y'all know that. But I'll eventually get back to the topic I was talking about. It's in my mind. It's like in my head. It just keeps going around, and eventually I'm like, oh, there it is. That's what I was talking about. I don't know. I was talking about telling the truth. Yeah, the media don't tell us the truth, They should. They know the truth, but supposedly their higher-ups tell them what they can put on, and that's it, and they have to go by. See, I couldn't do a job like that, Let me ask you this. When you get up every day and you go to work, is there anything you're doing that defies God? Because look, there's a lot of jobs that are, I promise you. And I guess another question I'd have is, when you go to work, do you talk about God? Is that one of your topics, or is it not allowed to be talked about? I don't know. I just think people should be talking about it. That's the truth. Well, Nicole, I ain't trying to be nobody special. I'm not in it for the clicks and views and that. I just think people need to know the truth. I think God puts it on each of us, not just me, each of us, a task, and I'm not 100% sure what mine is yet. But it's along these lines right here, going telling the truth. I just think I've not got that positive, so I'm a real stubborn, hard-headed guy, so I ain't got that solid thud in the head, but it's got something to do with that. But I would prefer, and I would ask each and every one of you, you need to be asking God what he wants you to do. You might be doing something he don't want you to do. Then again, don't think just because, being a Christian is not easy. I'll call it like it is. It's not easy. It's a very, 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 very rough and trying road. It is. But it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. But there's a lot of people that they don't have that connection. They pretend they do 2 days a week. Sundays and Wednesdays, they pretend they do. But rest of the week, they're doing whatever they want. I don't know, guys. Do y'all not worry about that eastern sky busting open like right now? Like, guys, it can happen that fast. It could happen in this video while y'all are sitting watching me. I'm sorry. If it does happen, I'm sorry. I'm the last thing you've seen before it did happen. I apologize for that. But, whoo, let's go. I hope y'all ready to go with me. See, I get excited about it. And I ask people that a lot. And I've actually had a couple people that I think it might have helped, but I ask them the same question. I said, if that eastern sky busted open, what would you do? Well, I don't know. If you've got that kind of attitude, you don't know God. Because when I say, God, he's coming today, and in the twinkle of an eye, when that eastern sky is going to bust open, Jesus is going to be on a big white horse with the front. He's coming with an army. He ain't going to be by himself. Golly, son, if that don't excite you, you don't know him. If that don't excite you, you're dead inside. You need to go do something, and you need to get back right, because it excites the far out of me. I can't wait. Because you know what that means? That means there ain't going to be no more little missing kids. There ain't going to be no more crying. There ain't going to be no more hurt. All that's gone. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to sacrifice, let's say at max, 80, 90 years for every American is living to try to get, or not me really, I'm totally content. If I had a sleeping bag right here and a can of beanie weenies a day, I'd be content no matter what. But there's a lot of people wanting that big millionaire, billionaire lifestyle, living this. You got a humongous mansion. It's up to you to build it. It's up to you to build it. But to get this don't really cost you no physical money. There's mansions being built for me right now. So put you 70, 80, worse, 90, 100 years in, and then you're going to live eternity in a man. I think it's a good trade myself, But a lot of people would rather be selfish and take their 20, 30 years, here, but that's why they're burning in hell right now. Sorry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but that's it. Guys, don't get mad at the messenger. I didn't make these rules up. God did. These are God's rules. These ain't mine. I hate the fact some people are not going to be able to handle it. I get it, man. I get it. I do. I'm going to say I'm a redhead, and I'm probably one of the most stubborn, high-tempered people you'll probably ever meet. Especially if I set my mind to something. And what I'm getting at is, if God was able to bust through this stubborn heart, I think he can bust through anybody's. I really do. But he'll come knock him. You got to let him in, right? He's only going to knock so many times. So maybe right now you feel a little tug at your heart. You feel, that ain't me doing that. God works in mysterious ways. That phrase, it can't be emphasized enough, because there was a day when I was sitting in a church pew back when I was 12 years old. Look, I've been going to church since I was 3. I can remember. But I can remember that day when I was 12 years old at Central Baptist Church over in Irwin, Tennessee, and I was sitting there, and preacher got up and started preaching, and it felt like a cold shower jumped all over me, was what he was saying. It felt like something inside of me was getting ready to rip my guts out. That's how you know. Of course, I didn't know at that. I was 12, and that's the first time I'd ever got saved and introduced, and all in my mind and in my heart. In my mind, I already knew who he was. I'd heard about God my whole life. But in my heart, mind and heart is completely different, guys. Completely different. If you just got Jesus in your mind, you're still going to go to hell. Do you understand that? If you just got Jesus in your mind, if he's not in your heart, if he's just in your mind, if you just call on him when you need him, right? You don't stop what you're doing in the middle of the day to just talk to him. A lot of you don't. I try, and I don't do it enough. I promise you, I don't do it enough. A lot of you don't do it at all until you need something, till you want something, till your dog gets sick, till your mama gets sick, till your grandpa's in the hospital. Then you're going to call on Jesus. Jesus, please help me, please help me, please help me. But then once he does, what do? You slide back down that rope and just start swinging back down there on your little selfish note, don't you? Stop it. Stop it. Because while you're down there on the bottom of that swinging, that eastern sky can bust open. We don't know when that's going to be. Do y'all understand that? I know a lot of people think that it's got to get, I guess people got it pictured like Armageddon because we've had so much instilled in our brains. It could bust open at any time. I believe he could do it when he wants to. I understand there's some stuff still have to fall in line, but look what's already fell in line. And if you're reading the Bible and you look at what's going on in other countries, you'll know. They've already got the red heifers. Daniel, ain't they got 5 of them, if I ain't mistaken? And if you don't know what that means, then you're probably way behind. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been way behind here. What's it say? Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're welcome. That's all I can say. I don't try. I just think people need to know because it's there you go. Hey, you jump right on here. Yeah, I'm talking about when Jesus comes back. You gonna be ready? If he did right now, would you be ready? Or would you be looking at that right there? Look at that. That's hot. And hell's going to be so many thousands times hotter than that right there. Look, I cannot stick my finger in that and then hold it. No way. You can't either. But if you think your whole body and eyes and everything's going to be able to stand, think about it. If he was to come back right now, what would you be? Would you be good? Anybody got prayer requests? I know I asked it a few minutes ago, but I am going to have a word of prayer before I go because, guys, it's my life feed. I do it the way I want to. I always try to end in prayer because I think without prayer, we're nothing. Without God, we're nothing. A lot of people think they can do it on their own, and I learned the hard way that I can't. I can try, and I can run with the devil, and I can be right there, but the devil, so let me tell y'all something that really, I guess, shook me. The devil don't love you. He might act like he does and pretend like he does, but deep down, he just wants you. He wants numbers. He don't love you. Jesus does love you. See, there's the difference right there. It's an easy dadgum decision for me. All right, at least I see that. Yeah, I agree. Prayer for humanity. That's a good one. Yeah, that's real good. Very sick. Well, Nicole, you know what? As sad as that is, and as sad as you're going to physically miss her, I'd be tickled to dadgum death if I knew for a fact. And look, a lot of people might say this is messed up, but if I knew for a fact right now that all 17 of you all, and let's just say I had control, all 17 of you all were in line with God where you needed to be, and I could touch a button, and all 17 of you would go to heaven, I'd push it. I don't care what football game you had this weekend. I don't care what little kids, t-ball tournament you're supposed to go to for the world championship in 6. I don't care. Something could happen in those 6 weeks, and it could send you to hell. You realize that's how tricky and that's how life works. A lot of people think that they can just. I don't know what they think, man. I can't put it in my mind, but I can see their actions, and by their actions, they just seem like they just don't care. Like they straight up don't care. I seen a daggum video somebody posted. A dude was walking around going to fill up somebody's gas tank if they could quote one Bible verse. Nobody got their gas tank filled up. That's sad, guys. That's sad. Look, and I'm not no Bible scholar at all, but I can remember from childhood, before I was even saved, I learned Bible verses, right? I could always throw one out there, 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6, even at that. I'm that smart, I guess. That's pretty good for me. But anyhow, Nobody in that video could say one Bible verse. And I mean, it's finished. That's all they'd had to say. 2 words. It's finished. That's a Bible verse. They didn't even know that, To me, that's one of them. It gets my blood boiling, baby. Trying to read some of these comments here. Wait for Trish. Okay. Stand a heart attack. Okay. Yeah, guys, I promise you, I'm not going to be able to remember all these, but God knows them. So that's one of the most amazing things I think about God is before we even asked those prayers, he already knew. Mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. I've looked into this AI stuff and all this, and I know that stuff's very, 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 very smart. Like, it's mind-blowing what that machine and computer and stuff can do, right? I mean, it can technically outthink us, outdo everything we can do with our brains because we don't have the full capacity to use our brains. A lot of y'all don't know that. Little side note, look it up. Anyhow, That AI, as smart as it is and everything that it can do, Jesus has got 30,000 times the power and things that the AI's got. So just put that in perspective. Wow. He already knows the prayers before we even speak them. He knows what we're going to ask for. He wants us to ask. Ask and you shall receive. If you ask not, you're going to receive not. That's just how it is. So if there's something you're needing or wanting, ask. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. And look, I'm not saying if you ask, you are going to get it. You might not get it right now. You might get it later. You might not get it at all. But you still got to ask. See, that's what I get. This day and time, it's come down to where it's kind of hard for people to ask for money, right? Or people to loan money from your buddies. Now, me and my buddies, they know. They can come ask me, man, loan me $100. If I've got, I'll flip it right at them, no questions asked. But it's getting to a point where nobody wants to ask. It's like this new younger generation mentality. Is it's mine? You can't have mine. You won't give it back. I don't understand. I really don't understand it. It's like real. Hey, thank you so much, Georgina Stoker. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. It's. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. There's no love in humanity, because if there was, you would want your neighbor to be doing just as good as you. But that's not what we see. What we're living in is, I'm going to be better than my neighbor. And my neighbor, and I'm not saying my neighbor is that. I got a great neighbor, one of them that I know. I don't really know the rest of them, but one that's close right here beside me. Great. We're on the same page. If crap hits a fan, good luck to you. That's all I'm going to tell you, especially on my hill. But anyhow, there's a lot of neighbors that probably right around me, they don't care about me. If I was to run out of water, they wouldn't bring me a pail. They wouldn't bring me no bucket of water. They wouldn't bring me no food. I don't have neighbors. I got one neighbor I think that would if I asked, but I have to ask. A lot of people they won't even ask now. They just, I don't know what they're going to do. I guess do without. I can remember a time if you need something, you ask for it. Now, most of the time, they ain't going to ask, they're just going to steal it. I don't know, guys. We living in crazy times, but the Bible tells us that this is going to happen. Gary had total shoulder replacement. Oh, bless his heart. Yeah, I bet that's a little painful. Yeah, absolutely. We'll say a prayer for Gary. I appreciate you both. Y'all have stuck in here with me for years and years and years now. I'm talking about Gary and Hilda right there. They stuck in with me for a long time through this Patriot stuff. I appreciate you both, and I absolutely will say a prayer for Gary. I'll try to remember that. Guys, one of the things I had to learn to do is try to take me out of the prayer. I think me praying for somebody else will help the prayer more than it will for me. So if you tell me what you want, I'll pray for you. You tell me, or I'll tell you what I want, you pray for me. See, I think it works great like that. And not only that, it keeps you praying. I don't pray enough. We should be as blessed and as lucky as we are. We should be praying all the time, 24/7, never stop, but we don't. A lot of people, like I said, they want to put that little chip on their shoulder and just run out there because they're there Wednesday, Sunday morning, Sunday night. Look, I used to be one of them. I know all about it. And look, I'm not coming. I am. I guess I am coming down on the church people, because I think the church people should be doing more. That what's going on in this country, they're doing it to God. That's what I don't. Why don't they understand that? It's to God is what they're doing it to, and all this evil stuff that they're pushing. We just sit back and look at it, watch it. No matter how bad it is, we just sit back and look at it. It blows my mind, guys. Blows my mind. But I appreciate the daggum 15 of y'all, at least, that's been in here this whole daggum time. I appreciate y'all, man. And that, like I said, I did block. And I don't care. You say, Jamie, they got a big account. I don't care. I don't care how big of an account. If they got 10 million subscribers, you become the people you hang around. I don't want to hang around with trash. I don't want nothing to do with trash. You see, I learned the hard way that when you hang around trash, you become it. Because there was a time in my life where I did hang around trashy people. And I've evolved and learned that you're going to be like the people you're most around. And if the people you're around have got a mind that, to succeed and push forward on the positive side, then you're going to be succeeding and pushing forward on the positive side as well. If you got friends that's constantly pulling you down and negative, you need to get rid of that friend. Say a prayer for them, tell them to get positive, and you can come back and be friends. But until then, kick them, because it ain't doing nothing but hurt you. Get them out of there. Yeah, pray for sinners. Yeah, absolutely. God, that's it, guys. There's so many people that I just think the devil, buddy, he's so smart, and he was the most beautiful of them all. He's got just such a dadgum charm, man. He's got that charm that he can snap his fingers on some people and they just come running right back every time. And I don't know. They need to get the shield up, because look, I'll say this, just like I was kind of hitting at a few minutes ago. Being a Christian is a really, really hard road. I know these preachers and stuff out there, they're preaching to you on Sunday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night, that it's such an easy road and this and that, because they want to make your mind at ease, because when your mind's at ease, your wallet's also at ease. See how that works? See how that works? When your mind's at ease, your wallet's also at ease. So they just tell you this little feel good and this and that. You know, I don't know. I just think the church should be doing more. I really do. You know, and what they're afraid of getting their tax identity taken away. I had many churches back when this Patriot stuff very first started. I reached out to several churches, and they told me that they couldn't get involved. If they were seen on camera, they might get their 501c3 or whatever the heck it is. They might get that taken away, and they'd have to start paying taxes. And I thought, whoa, you've got a lot of trust in God, don't you? Wow. I've quit many jobs for this Patriot stuff, because you know why? I trusted God. And it actually, honestly, it worked out better than it ever had, because I trust God. You know, now I'm kind of my own boss. I work when I want to. I drive for 7 or 8 different companies. I'm kind of like just their feeling. When they have a guy out, whatever, I'll go drive, whatever, you know. But I'm the boss. Sometimes they call and I'll be like, no, I don't feel like it. And then sometimes I'm calling them saying, hey, you got somewhere for me to go? But it's good that way. It's good that way. Oh, the devil's, he's a charmer, buddy. He's a charmer for sure. Yeah, that's right. There you go. That's a good example. Yeah, if the preacher's driving a $50,000 car, that's a wrong preacher. All these preachers got this money and wealth, while we got vets and homeless people on the streets, but yet they want their daggum Lamborghinis and extra Rolls Royce and all this sitting in their garages. They ought to sell that stuff and take care of some of these homeless people. Feed them at least. And go down there and put a border up and take our veterans and build them a daggum amusement park for nobody but them. Nobody allowed but them. I think they daggum deserve it. And I'm talking about a $10 million, I mean, whatever money could buy. That's what needs to be done. It's sad, guys. It's the times we're living in. I mean, I'd be good to ask you, preachers. I'd be very curious who my I don't have a preacher that like a church physically. I guess this right here is kind of my church right here, kind of, because we're having church right now. Whether you want to agree to it or not, this church, when we're gathering the 2 or more and we're talking about the Lord, that's church. So we're having church right now. Welcome. We're having church. But I'm fussing at the so-called body in the building is who I'm fussing at, because all this stuff going on, abortion. God is not for abortion, guys. When they was trying to put up all these abortion clinics, I didn't see none of these preachers around me running to try to stop it. Nobody was with us, you know, so they should have been. But I got a few preachers around me that I got a lot of respect for, but I don't have a physical building that I attend. Trust me, I've been in a bunch, but to me, this right here is a whole lot better, and I don't know. I like it a lot better right here with y'all. You know, at least I know y'all are. Some of y'all I know for a fact are real. The other ones, if you're on here just commenting, saying whatever, and you're really not living for God, I'll pray for you. Maybe, hey, stick around. Maybe you'll really get there. You know, trust me, I was there one time. I know what it's like. Yeah, Chris, I've seen that. I've seen that church. I've seen you share that a good time. I've listened there. That is a good church right there. I heard that preaching there. It was good. The one message that I listened to. What's this say? Preacher, and he was fired because he was bringing the homeless. Whoa, that's messed up. Well, see that right there. Those bunch of deacons and all that, whoever that fired him. They need Jesus. That's not a good church. And see, guys, the sad thing is, I can literally take this phone out here in the driveway, and I could turn it around because I've got like a 100-mile view right here. But I could show you 25 steeples out through their churches all around me. But yet, right here where I live, they may be another handful of people. Well, along with what's going on all over the country, fighting against this and this and this and this. Well, these churches, all they done, Wednesday night, Sunday night, Wednesday night, Sunday night. That's all they move for. This fight that we're in is for God. I know a lot of the preachers and churches, I don't want to get involved in politics, but let me tell you a little tidbit, and then we're going to say a prayer, and I'm going to end this video. If you don't think back, even when Jesus was there breaking the bread with people, that was politics, okay? That was politics, any way you look at it. So you can't say religion and politics don't mix. Religion and politics are together. It's kind of how it works. Jesus is the boss. That's how the politics works with him. He's the main G. He's the main one, right? I don't know. It's mind-blowing to me, guys. It's mind-blowing. A building is not where I find God. Hey, man, sure, me either. He's right here. He's right here. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I've been fighting a lot. Something in my head, like now that I'm actually doing it and talking to you guys, I love it. Like, I love this interaction. I love being able to talk to you guys. I've missed it, but it's like, in my mind, I think, I'm going to do a video tonight. Maybe it's the devil. I don't know. Of course, in the process, let's say it like this. Maybe it was the devil trying to put thoughts in my head, like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the drama, blah, 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 whatever it was. But in that process, I didn't know I was doing it, but I kind of turned it around because when I wasn't doing these videos, I was absorbing information. I was learning, either trying to read the Bible, trying to learn what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, China and Taiwan, what's going on here. I was information overload. And I think that was another problem is, well, y'all can see just by this video, I've been all over the board because my brain is kind of overloaded with just information that I've just absorbed. But like I said, tomorrow, I think I'm right. Yeah, today's the 5th. Tomorrow's the 6th. So I promise I'll be live again tomorrow. If I'm breathing, I'll be live, and as long as it'll let me, I'll be live again tomorrow because that's my main day anniversary, and I'm going to celebrate it because I think it needs to be celebrated. On that day, I seen millions of Americans going to go and stand for truth and freedom, and we still got stabbed in the back. And the sad thing is, there's other brothers and sisters right now still locked up over this junk, and it's all political BS. It's all it is. These people did nothing wrong. And when the truth comes out, you know, let's put this whole version in the 80s right now. It wouldn't exist. None of this would have ever happened. These crooks that have been up there, how can I say it? They wouldn't be here. I'll say it like that. If you set this whole situation we're in now down to 1985, there'd be a lot of people who wouldn't be here tomorrow. That's pretty much, but we've evolved so much. And guys, it's really hard on, I guess, people my age and older, or maybe just a little bit younger, because we understand, we were old enough to know what freedom is. We were old enough to, remember when there was no cell phones, there was no computers, there was none of this junk for a distraction, right? In them days, I'll be honest, I seen a whole lot more Bibles flying around than I did phones. And look, Jamie, your Bible is in your phone. You're right. I got the whole thing in my phone. But majority of the time, you're looking at Facebook or YouTube or TikTok. You're not in that Bible app. It's got a little counter. When you're on your Bible app, it's got a little counter up there on the top. It tells you exactly how many days you've been there and visited. Go check it out. You can actually post it and share it, I've been reading mine every single day. When I get up to a certain number, you dad Jim right, I'm going to post it and share it. I'm proud of it. I mean, if I can say I visited and read the Bible for 50 days straight instead of Facebook, I think that's trying to set an example for somebody's. Come on, wake up. I get it might not be as entertaining as you want, but I promise you, it'll help your life a whole lot better. And you can say, well, Jamie, I don't know what to read. Open it and just flip. God will show you what he wants you to read. That's what I do. I mean, I don't have no, okay, I'll take that back. There is times where I'll hear, say a sermon or a preacher or something talking, I'll be like, oh, I'll write that down, and then I'll go and read that verse or whatever. But when it's my time, when it's just me and God, I'm sitting there with the Bible, and I just flip the pages open, and I'll just flip. And I'll flip, and I'll look down, and I'll read. That's how God will talk to you. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's right, Chris. That's right, brother. Yeah, man, I tell you, I hope everybody, and like I said, I appreciate you real ones, but if you're not, I encourage you, get to know God. Go somewhere. Just you. And look, I'm going to say this too. I'm not on here praying for clout, right? This prayer that we're getting ready to do is really sincere, straight to God, from my mouth straight to God, okay? And if God's, whatever he wants to do with your prayers. I'm not one of these on here trying to get clout. I think, and I've seen a lot do that. You'll even hear me when I stutter and it's, I can't help it. Actually, God understands, right? I'm not praying to you, first off. I'm praying to God. He already understands. He made me. He knows how I am, right? But I want to throw that out there. I'm not doing it for no clout. I'm not at all. I'm doing it because I want to help, and I think we're supposed to pray for one another. Try and set an example. So you can either get in line and you know, kind of pray with me, or you can just sit there and kind of learn something, or you can just kind of, I don't know. I ain't going to tell you to tap that X and bounce right for a prayer because I think you need to be here, but yeah, we'll say a word of prayer, guys. Heavenly Father, Lord, as we bow in your holy presence, God, Lord, we want to thank you, Lord, for another day of life, God. Lord, we want to thank you, Lord, for the opportunity, God, Lord, just to be able to bow down and pray to you, God, Lord. We know, Lord, what's going on all in this country, God, all the evil that surrounds, Lord, all these hired people, God. Lord, I pray something be done or said, God, to these people, Lord, to maybe shake them, Lord, and wake them up, God, before it's everlasting too late. God, I pray, Lord, for each and every one of these prayer requests, God, that have been mentioned, Lord, that have been typed. Lord, one good thing about it, God, is that you know our prayer, God, before it even leaves our lips, God. Lord, I pray, God, tonight, Lord, you answer each and every one of them prayer requests, Lord, according to your will. God, and if they come in later on the replay and say a prayer request, you've already know that one too, Lord. I thank you, God, so much for that, Lord, that option, Lord, that choice, Lord, just to make, God, to give our lives to you, Lord, and live for you, Jesus. Lord, I thank you, Lord, for everything that you're doing for us, Lord. I pray for all these other countries, God, that have got it so rough, Lord, where we've got it so easy. I pray, God, Lord, that you make people understand, Lord, just maybe how selfish and easy that we do have it, God. Lord, I pray, God, you do whatever it takes to wake them up, God, to save them, Lord, I pray. In Jesus' name, I do humbly pray. Amen. Guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all jumping in here, and like I said, look here, I got something on my head. Look like a feather. Must have been a bird feather. I will be live again tomorrow for sure because it's January 6th. I'm glad I actually come live tonight because I'd have probably forgot all about it. But guys, I appreciate all you real ones, and like I said, I'm sorry to a few of you guys that I haven't been able to talk to, or man, guys, you know how it is so much gets going on in your life, but I've learned you got to make time for other things and other people. You have to. If you want the relationship to work, you have to. So, and I think that's one of our big problems is a lot of people don't want to let go of these little selfish, what we call little selfish ticks that we do when we could be trying to go and help a brother or sister like we're supposed to. Instead we're worrying about ourselves. We'd rather play a video game or have our nose in our phone while our brother's sitting over there starving to death. And guys, I'm telling you right now, right here where I live in these mountains, yes, there is a city down below me down there, and the homeless people just keep getting closer and closer and closer. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if I didn't see one come out here laying and sleeping. I'm not saying that's an open invitation, but guys, it's as cold as it is, I couldn't so rightly really kick them out either. I'll be honest, I ain't trying to open no hotel, but what I'm getting at is there's a lot. Something's got to give, guys. Something's got to give. Stuff's getting close to home. I don't know about where y'all live, but it's getting bad. Oh, it'll be about this time tomorrow night, Nicole. About this time, 9 or 10 o'clock. I mean, if y'all wanted an earlier time, I can do it whenever, but yeah, there's so many homeless people, guys. It's so sad. And I know with this cold weather, these houses, I've seen and read where there's some houses burnt down. So, if I would like to think, if my house burnt down, that I would have all kinds of people come and help me rebuild my life just like it was before I woke up in its ashes, right? But sadly, this day and time, there'd only be a few. There'd be a handful of people that I know for a fact that'd be there for me, but not like it should. There should be so many. Like in my mind, if somebody's house burnt down, they've lost everything they probably worked for their whole life, plus sentimental value they'll never get back. I think them losing the sentimental value is worth going and trying to help. Just that alone. And they shouldn't have to do nothing. The community should go and pick them right back up and just put them in a place to where they was, and we don't. We'll just kick them out, put them in a ditch. As long as you don't have to swerve to miss them, it don't matter, right? Guys, that's sad, and I know I might be a little harsh, but that's the reality of what we're living in. I see it. I don't know how else to say it. I'm gonna call it exactly like I see it. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I'll apologize and I'll make it right. We got this can't keep going on like this. Not another 2 years. Y'all see what's going on. We've been watching, just sitting back, looking at it. Ed Bassmaster needs to give me some. I don't know, maybe I stole his saying. Y'all know who I'm talking about, that comedian guy, that Ed Bassmaster. Just look at it, guy. I know everybody on here knows who that guy is. I ain't stealing his phrase, but that is literally what we're doing with a lot of this stuff. We know what's happening. We've got the facts, we got the truth, and we're just looking at it. It's almost like one of these police departments down here having a murder trial, and they know exactly who did it, but they're just sitting there looking at the paperwork. And that guy's just out there committing more. That's essentially, in another roundabout way, that's what we're doing. And we're allowing it, and we like it. So I say it like that. Maybe it'll jar your brain a little bit, and you'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't really see it like that. Now I do. Yeah, okay. Well, God bless you. You went through a fire and building back. Oh, God bless you. I used to be, thank the good Lord, I've never had one happen to me. It could happen tonight. But I was a firefighter for 10 years, so I've seen a lot. And I know the damage it does, and I know a lot of the people don't get rebuilt like they used to because the daggum community won't help them. It's sad, guys. I don't know. Maybe we could start up something like that around here. I don't know. And not necessarily around here. I'm talking anybody that if somebody's house burnt down. I wish if I won the lottery, that's what I'd do. I'd be trying to help everybody I could because I don't feel God would want me to have it all. I think He's supposed to do what's right and help people, and that ain't with the lottery. That's just with life, But God bless you if your house burnt down. I hope everything's good. Yeah, eggs $12 a dozen. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm getting ready to have my own chickens. I'm going to be raising my own eggs. So that is a plus for some of y'all if you do live around me, because I can come sell you. You can come. I ain't going to sell them to you. I just give them to you. You can have some eggs. See, I think that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not going to sell them to you. I'll give them to you. Here, you can have them. Yeah. I think it's going, and look, I ain't never raised no chickens or nothing like that. Yes, I am a redneck hillbilly, and I grew up with my papa and them raising chickens and cows and pigs and all that. I've never done it myself, not a big, I've had horses, but I ain't never owned no cow. I've had 2 little potbelly pigs, I can't say that, but I ain't never had no big pig like the, big hog, but I'm considering it. I really am. I'm considering it. And I am going to get me 5 or 6 hens and a rooster. I am. You're going to see within, hopefully, good Lord willing, by this time next month, if I'm sitting here, I don't know what kind of noise they make. I know the rooster crows and that, but I don't know if they make noise at night. If good Lord lets me live, they'll be out here. I'll show them to y'all about a month from now, hopefully. I got to find, if any of y'all close to me has got some laying hens, let me know. Comment on here. And look, I get that some people don't like to comment on here. You can email me. My email's at the top of the page. Or you can comment and give me a way to get in contact, whatever. I'm just looking for some. I never thought, oh my gosh, never thought I'd say I'd be actually going looking for Dad Jim chickens. Never thought. I thought that my mind. I thought life was past that, and I just, But we're going in reverse. This country's going in reverse. But look, hey, I appreciate all y'all that's been here this whole time. A lot of you have, and I said I wasn't gonna make it over an hour, and I apologize. I lied about that. It's an hour and a half now. I didn't mean to. But if I don't get off here now, it'll be 3 hours, and we won't even know it. So, and then I won't have a voice to even talk tomorrow. If I got chickens, you can freeze eggs. Freeze them. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that. Give them away for the freezer, dear. There you go. Yeah. Hey, I agree. Yeah, if God blesses us, that's what I see. If God blesses me with laying hens and that, I'll be asking my neighbor, hey, you want some eggs? Here's some eggs. Help you out. If I had a big commercial size thing out here, I'd be able to sell them, but that ain't what this is. This here is just basically, I don't want to go. I figured out in my brain that it might cost a little bit up front, but as high as eggs are now, in 2 weeks, I'll be coming out on the good, and all I can do is come out, and I'm going to make friends with my little hens and my little rooster. They're going to be my little buddies. I'm going to be able to pet them. I'm going to let them sit on my lap. You watch and see. These are going to be my little friends, and they're going to lay me some eggs. Yeah. See, that's one of my problems. I get so attached to animals, man. I love any animal. I love it. So, I'm pretty sure if I got a pig, like that thing would be real fat, but I'd probably be too attached to it. I don't know. Something wrong. Look, we come to living and dying and eating. Sorry, Wilbur, you got to go. That's different. But I'm just saying on a, say there was no need for it or whatever, and somebody's like, hey, well, let's do that. I'd be like, wait a minute, that's my big buddy, I don't know. I just get attached to stuff. So I ain't gonna promise no pig, but it could happen. It just depends, I guess, on how bad times get. I don't know. But I am definitely gonna try to get some chickens and hens. Or hens and roosters. Yeah, see, I ain't got it right in my head, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. As long as you have, with that fire still going, still burning. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. We kind of had a little church here tonight, and I didn't even know was going to do that. It kind of, if you go back and watch my videos, they kind of all seem to do it, and I thank God for that, because you know what? That keeps us that all that does is bring that connection closer to Him. And with that said, something in my mind said, well, Jamie, you idiot, if you used to go live more, they'd probably get that connection. Okay, thank you, Lord. I just heard that. Y'all see how my mind works? Like, I felt like I was kind of in the wrong right there. I called my own self out, right? I'm not going to give you a chance to do it. I'm pretty quick like that. Chase, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Sticky rice goes with anything. That's exactly right. That's what I need to get, some big old bags or sacks of rice. That's a good idea. I got some rice, but I know what you're saying. I need to get a big old bunch. And it does. You're right. It does go with anything. One good thing about us hillbillies is I'm not a picky eater. Like, we had the first power outage that we've had in a long time the other night, and it was off for like 5 hours. Like, I had to literally break out the propane heaters, and I got me a can of chili, and it fit perfect on there, and all I did was got me a pair of gloves, and I rolled that can around and around and around with that propane. I heated my chili up. Nothing changed about that night, except it was just a little bit dimmer, because I'm one of them ingenuity hillbillies, and I'll make it work somehow. We'll make it work. But guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And hey, Hilda, prayers for you and Gary. I appreciate y'all. Chase, appreciate y'all. Cheryl, Chris, brother, Helen, Daniel, Nicole. I'm trying to read some of these. Bonnie, Cheryl, Georgina. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. If I have, I apologize. I promise you I'm not trying to. Maybe somebody just commented one time, then I won't see it. I was trying to go back. That's quite a bit of comments, guys. But I appreciate y'all so much. And like I said, I will be, if I'm breathing, we'll be right here. I'll go. You're going to make me have to chop some wood, but I'm going to have to go chop some wood. We'll be able to fire tomorrow night to celebrate January 6th. And I might, yeah, I will. I'm going to I'll bring my Bible out here tomorrow night. My Bible, the one I read all the time. So, look, guys, say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for... Chris, you know how hard it is to say this. You know, I used to say it all the time. Say a prayer for our president. Say a prayer for one another. Say a prayer for our vets and all these homeless people, guys. There's so much evil. All I'm going to tell y'all is be on your toes. Stay on your toes. Because that devil, he's so slick, man. He's so slick. He'll be hugging you and peeing in your pocket at the same time. Don't ever forget that. That's the way he is. He'll be hugging you, peeing in your pocket at the same time. You say he don't love you. Jesus does. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Hey, good Lord willing, and I'll breathe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night, okay? God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night.